In just 3 days, the universe staged a performance unlike anything seen in living memory. 2 naked-eye stellar explosions lit up the night sky. In Venezuela, twin magnitude 6 earthquakes struck within hours of each other, toppling buildings and shaking entire communities. And high above, a solar superstorm barreled across the solar system, intersecting the path of the only confirmed interstellar comet visible from Earth. Scientists have named this remarkable convergence the 72-hour stack, a sequence of events so improbable that the chances of them all happening together fall below 1 in 1,000. Was it merely coincidence, a random alignment of chaos? Or is there a deeper thread, a hidden connection between Earth and the heavens, one we have yet to understand? The story begins with the stars. At 2:12 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time on September 23, a distant system in the constellation Centaurus erupted. Nova V1935 Centauri, a white dwarf quietly siphoning gas from its companion star, reached its breaking point. Hydrogen piled up on its surface until nuclear fusion ignited in a sudden, violent burst. In an instant, the star's brightness surged by a factor of 100,000. Transforming it into a beacon visible to the naked eye across the southern hemisphere. Automated sky surveys flagged the explosion, but the first human confirmation came from Gabriela Moya, an amateur astronomer in Valparaiso, Chile. Working under cloud cover and with unstable power grids, she captured the nova and logged the data. Her timestamped report rippled across the global astronomical network, sparking a wave of excitement as professionals and amateurs alike trained their instruments on the outburst. While astronomers were still marveling at this cosmic firework, Earth itself stirred. At 10:21 p.m. Coordinated Universal Time on September 24, seismographs across northern South America recorded a sharp rupture. A magnitude 6.2 earthquake struck near Mine Grande, Venezuela, less than 8 kilometers beneath the surface. Walls cracked, power grids faltered, and hospitals scrambled under emergency lighting. But this was only the beginning. Less than 6 hours later, at 3:51 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time on September 25, a second quake of magnitude 6.3 struck deeper underground, followed almost immediately by a 5.8 aftershock. Chaos swept through the region, yet resilience rose to meet it. Volunteers delivered food and medical supplies on motorcycles. Families walked miles to check on loved ones. Doctors like Dr. Alejandra Rojas triaged patients under battery lamps, improvising solutions and holding fragile systems together with courage and ingenuity. And as if in synchrony with Earth's turmoil, the cosmos erupted once more. At 4:05 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time, less than 14 minutes after the second Venezuelan quake, another stellar explosion flared into view. Nova V7994 Sagittarius suddenly reached magnitude 6.2, detectable both by ground-based telescopes and by high-energy satellites such as SWIFT and Fermi. Gamma-ray and X-ray detectors recorded an immediate spike, proof that particles were being accelerated to near light speed in the violent blast. 2 naked-eye novae in less than 2 days. Each one extraordinary on its own, together, unprecedented. It was a celestial duet that defied probability. Yet the universe wasn't finished. By midday September 25, attention turned to our own sun. Days earlier, a massive coronal mass ejection, CME, had erupted from its surface, a vast bubble of plasma and magnetic fields hurtling outward through space. Models from NOAA's Space Weather Prediction Center soon revealed something astonishing. The CME's leading edge was on course to intersect with interstellar comet 3I, Atlas, and within an 8-hour window. This was no ordinary comet. 3I, Atlas is only the third confirmed visitor from another star system, carrying within it the chemical fingerprints of a distant sun and weighing an estimated 33 billion tons. For planetary scientists and solar physicists, the timing was almost impossible to believe. Telescopes were primed. Spectrographs aligned. Orbiters around Mars prepared to record any outgassing triggered by the solar storm. Dr. Carla Briggs, NOAA's senior solar physicist, tracked the CME's trajectory with precision. At the peak of solar cycle 25, the Sun was volatile. Sunspot counts above 160, flares frequent, plasma streams restless. Even so, the geometry required for a solar storm to cross paths with a comet moving at over 60 km per second was vanishingly rare. Yet, improbably, it happened. As the CME swept across Atlas, instruments detected subtle but measurable deflections in the comet's ion tail and a faint increase in carbon monoxide emissions. The Sun's fury had reached across millions of kilometers to interact with a frozen traveler from another star. When statisticians reviewed the sequence, the rarity of the 72-hour stack became clear. Naked-eye novae appear perhaps once every 5 to 10 years. The chance of 2 within 3 days? Less than 2 in 100,000. Earthquakes above magnitude 6 in Venezuela are unusual, and 2 within hours occur at odds of roughly 1 in 10,000. As for a solar storm intersecting an interstellar comet, such an event had never been documented. When all four were combined, the probability fell below 0.1%. A true statistical outlier. Scientists call this kind of convergence event clustering. Rare phenomena that should be scattered across decades instead appear in a compressed burst. The 72-hour stack is now a textbook case. But this is not only a story of numbers, it's also about people witnessing the extraordinary. Gabriela Moya's careful record-keeping lit up the astronomical network. Dr. Rojas's tireless medical work saved lives amid blackouts and collapsed buildings. And across Earth and Mars, mission teams pivoted, recalibrating instruments to capture every photon, every plasma shift, every fleeting trace of an interstellar comet responding to the Sun's power. The novae themselves are windows into stellar extremes. Both V1935 Centauri and V7994 Sagittari are white dwarfs in binary systems, stealing material from their companions. Over years, they accumulated hydrogen until runaway fusion ignited, releasing bursts powerful enough to outshine entire galaxies in certain wavelengths. For astrophysicists, the double eruption provides invaluable data on shock physics, particle acceleration, and stellar evolution. On Earth, the quakes reminded us of geology's unpredictable violence and of human resilience. Fault lines shifted, stress transferred, and Omori's law unfolded in real time. Communities adapted on the fly, proving again that survival depends not just on preparation, but on improvisation and solidarity. And then there is Atlas. For comet scientists like Dr. Stephen Burns, its encounter with the CME was more than coincidence, it was a gift. Atlas is like a natural plasma probe, he explained, a laboratory from another star, showing us how solar wind and magnetic storms shape icy relics across the galaxy. Every measurement adds another piece to a puzzle that began millions of years ago when this comet was ejected from its parent system and began its long journey to ours. Looking ahead, Atlas will continue to provide opportunities. On October 3, it will pass just 0.19 astronomical units from Mars, with instruments on TGO and MAVEN tuned to catch even the faintest outgassing. By October 29, it will reach perihelion, its closest approach to the Sun, before disappearing once more into the dark. Astronomers, planetary scientists, and citizen observers worldwide are ready, armed with filters, telescopes, and relentless curiosity. For a few days in September 2025, the universe reminded us that the improbable can happen. 2 naked-eye novae. 2 major earthquakes. A solar storm colliding with an interstellar comet. Each event remarkable on its own. Together, they form a narrative that challenges our understanding of probability, coincidence, and cosmic interconnectedness. From the amateur astronomer in Chile to the doctors in Venezuela, from solar physicists to comet trackers, the 72-hour stack is as much a human story as it is a cosmic one. It is a reminder that in a universe governed by physics and probability, the extraordinary still happens. And it invites us to keep watching, measuring, and marveling. Because sometimes, the universe doesn't just whisper, it performs. And when it does, it leaves us humbled, astonished, and more curious than ever before. Stay with us here on our channel as we continue to follow the mysteries of the cosmos, uncover rare alignments, and explore the hidden connections between Earth and the stars. The 72-hour stack may have passed, but the universe is far from finished with its surprises.